She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Okay. Interesting. Did he... The mole man under the house. Who apparently had enough pea soup for decades on end. Alphano cereal.
If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Is it everyone dies at the end?
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Yeah. A little train set and such. Walter. Traveling all over the place apparently though. So this is underground. That's one way to have a view. Weird, but... No, just weird. It's cool, but weird. Walter.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years what?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Okay, what's causing the shaking? How do I... Come on, yeah. There we go. Can I? Please? I don't know how to do this. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
After a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
I guess?
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
This just keeps going day after day
If
after
you wait
day.
long enough, you get used to anything.
Do we get used to picking that up every single day as well? I mean, stick a tiny bit of tape under it. What's causing the shaking? Why did we live here for 30 years? That's... No.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
And why? Drinking peaches like that.
And then one day, everything just
Changed.
stopped.
Okay. I can see that being weird. You're so used to it every
Whatever that thing
single
was,
day.
It was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
No, even I would still be weirded out by the fact that all of a sudden it's no longer there. If it has
It's been a week
become
now,
routine.
the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
I'm still weirded out by the fact that this is our bedroom. Still weirded out. So the sound is gone, and we can finally leave. We were hiding from the sound, from the monster, from the shaking. Again, all of this is awesome. At the same time, this can't be normal. Tomato.
I know it's out there somewhere.
Ketchup. Now I want to know what was making the rumbling noise.
Whatever killed Barbara.
Oh god, you were so afraid of that that you went into hiding because of it.
And Molly.
And Molly too.
And Calvin.
The family curse. Also, did we dump all our food here? All our... Ah, it can't be good. Were we really stuck here for such a long period of
All a
time?
mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Okay, so that was what the rumbling
Whatever's
noise
out there,
was.
I want you to know, I'm ready for it.
Oh, you're not ready for it. Okay, assuming that the noise and the rumbling indeed came because of a train. And all of a sudden it stopped for a week.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Okay, that's brilliant, but that's where we came from. The train might have stopped for a week, but that... Oh. Don't tell me that's how he died.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month.
Or a
single
minute.
week.
Or a few seconds.
Happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
God. Yeah, I honestly can imagine why
Walter died
people were
when I was
talking about
6.
a curse.
I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
He was down here all this time. And then died when he thought everything was back to normal, back to safety. Oh boy. Kinda mad for him to be down here, but
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
surely. No, come on, open it up, please. Thank you. Really? Whatever's going on in this place? Cracking the curse. Spiritual warfare, surviving death, echoes from afar, evil unleashed. Barbara Finch, child star. Well, at least you cared about Barbara still. Homemade weaponry, food of the world. Haunted, a guide. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this curse stuff. Parts of me thinks that it is a curse, other parts think it's just bad swing
Maybe she
placement.
was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Well, maybe. I mean,
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
the mole under the house. But again, so
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
bloody weird. If she didn't even tell you about this, the Finch family.
I don't want to make
It's
the
weird.
same mistakes she made.
Yeah, and this is just gross. Hopefully the trains no longer run.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe 2.
So yeah, you never know if there's still another one.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
I mean, if your
But
family
now I'm
has
worried
such
the
a
stories
history.
themselves might be the problem.
What do you mean?
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse. We made it real.
That might very well be it, yeah. I mean, again, the swing, that has nothing to do with the curse. That was just a case of... and because everyone kept dying to freak accidents and such. Which still could sort of be explained, but... the moment you start believing in it, the moment you start blaming a curse for it... oh boy. Well, at least the train is no longer running. I guess that's a plus. That's just a few stories, and not everyone at all. Just Molly, Barbara, Calvin, Walter, and Odin up until now. Why are there chairs up in the trees?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
You probably should. I mean, sure, there's a story that once again you're telling, and
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
maybe indeed, but still, it's searching for the truth. Oh, little solar cell. I was wondering, why did that activate?
That is some high-quality garden lights, if you ask me. But that does make me wonder about the lighting we saw in Walter's room. I mean, the power has been cut for over 7 years now, right? And I doubt a power cell would last that long without being recharged. Am I just overthinking things here, or...?
But I thought you should know about your family.
Okay, so this book belonged to Edith Finch. But it sounds like we're not speaking to ourselves, but to someone
And the
else.
history you're a part of.
We are not Edith. Although, yeah, ED, Edith, different people. Who are we in that case? And also, what's going on over there in the distance? Because I'm curious, I see something. And now I want to know, and that's a pretty decent sight. So, this is Orca's Island. Were we the only ones who lived here? Or were there others? I'm assuming there are others. Is that in the distance over there where we originally came from with the ferry? Or is the island a lot bigger than I think it is?
So to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Well, it was a good thing you started at the beginning with this story. Because indeed, it's
I think
kind of weird.
people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I guess that's what it's worth, but at the same time, is that also good? Like, again, you believe in the whole, oh, it is a curse, it is a curse. But if it's not, you're just putting all the blame onto someone else, or something else. I mean, true accidents can happen, but... sometimes you just have to accept that. So, in the meantime, where are we going?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness,
Madness, indeed.
any of it seems possible.
Yeah. And the swing. Personally, that would be a reminder of my own failure if I was responsible for that swing. Just to leave it like that is... Nah. Part of that is just wrong. Like, you know the cliff is right beside it. You know even a tiny bit of a swinging. And that's gonna kill someone sooner or later. Oh boy. Okay, but well, we left off.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Probably. Especially with all the rooms indeed constantly reminding you of that fact. Then death kinda becomes normal.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty messed up. First the cemetery because we believe so much in the curse, and then we finish the house.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
But
the pet
what?
cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Maybe because there's so many pets? I mean,
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
ooh. Okay, that sucks. You even had... Edie, I get it. Slurpy, lurpy, furpy, chirpy, burpy, derpy, but you couldn't come up with Lurpy is already part of this. Wurpy would be better than Derpy Jr. Come on. But no, burying your pets, understandable, and you will always have to keep another place for your pet because you can't dig the same hole again because you'll just dig up the past. But to see this many of them, knowing you're responsible for the death of at least 2 gerbils. Yeah. Even Christopher the fish. Oh boy. Yeah.
Sven built the
Kinda
house,
disturbing.
but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Both also following the curse. Molly Finch, Alvin, Sven. So many of them. It's just... Which now makes me wonder though. Okay. They designed the cemetery. They designed all of this. But did they also design their own gravestone? And was the name later, or the died date added at a later point by other people, or?
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
But if you never let it go away, if you never tried to move on, then... The house sunken into the sea. Oh boy.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
That is the house? I did not think about that being the house. I did not think about that at all. Okay, that doesn't really help that much. Can I zoom in? Thank you.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
If it's a constant reminder like that, maybe. Still, that is weird. But that means there's truth to the story. At the same time, that right now means I'm not entirely sure what is next.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
How compulsive the
Her dad
memories
had been
were.
pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Soundfinch, Gregory, Gus. There's something beautiful
She lost
to it
2
all,
of her
but
brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton Finch.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Always missing. Never found. Oh, that is horrible. Wow. That's just wow.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now.
So
Part
many
of me
questions.
thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I think that might even be the best way to do this, because there's just so much history. One person can tell it for themselves, but every history of everyone in this house has been recorded. Everything is still the same as it used to be. What's the word of one person in that
But looking
case?
back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing,
We would have brought climbing gear, at least
I
protection.
never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Okay. Oh. Edith Finch. This might be a horrible place to do this, but Edith Finch wrote this book. We are not Edith Finch. We are her kid. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't break through the glass. Don't die. Basically. Where are we going? I mean, all of this is pretty... Oh, ladder. I see it. So 22 weeks
I
pregnant,
never
huh?
met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
So basically, we explored everything in the house again, but we, right now, who we're playing as, is the kid of Edith Finch, who is also curious about the history of the Finch family. Heard stories, wants to find out for herself.
They were both pretty intense.
Ooh. Fan of hunting, definitely. Sam. US Marines.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yep. Sam Finch, engraved gun. Well, that... Definitely shooting the perfect
Instead
picture.
of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah, I can imagine that. And I can imagine that not everyone would agree with that one. Also, is there anything else still remaining over here? Airline tickets. Clear skies and clean living away to study. Fun facts about Baltimore while you fly. K. Finch. Did we have a K? Yes, we had a K. Okay. In the meantime, I guess that means let's figure out about your story, Sam. Let's figure out about your story.
Edie and Sam indeed seem to have a lot in common, with their need to record a lot about their lives. But knowing that every story we experience in this house is someone's last, the feeling is quite weird to describe.